Hi all, Weston here from Zero Sum Gamers, and today, as you can see, my wife is not here, it's just me, and I'm going to be playing for you a game that I love to play solo. I'll explain why later, and that is Space Hulk Death Angel. It's a game put out by Fantasy Flight Games and designed by Corey Konieczka, or Konieczka, I don't exactly know how it's pronounced, but you will know him from his games like Battlestar Galactica, Descent, X-Wing, Mansions of Madness, some of which you will see back here. Eldritch Horror. Designed a lot of great games. And this one is, like I said, I'll tell you later, no different. But this is a small card game, and really, when you look at it and you see it set up, you will in a minute, you're going, wow, that looks pretty simple and pretty easy to set up and play. And you're right. In some aspects, very simple, very easy to play, and very easy to set up. But it's not a short game for one player or 6 players, because it plays 1 to 6, and it's also not an easy game. It is a tense, tight card game, but it makes for a great solo experience. Let's move on to the rules and then the gameplay, and I'll review in the next video. See you there. Here we have the basic setup for a solo game of Space Hulk Death Angel. In a solo game, you play as 3 combat teams, hence you will see 3 colors of Marines out here. Each team has 2 Marines. Before you can start the game, though, you have to set up a few things. First, your decks. Your Gene Stealer deck, which is up here, that is, oh, those are the bad guys, obviously. And then you have your event cards. And each time you draw an event card, you will do whatever it says on the event. This one says, if there's a door terrain card in the formation, place 2 support tokens on it. There's a door card, I would place 2 support tokens on it. And I'll explain what those do later. And then it shows you where to spawn 2 colors, orange and green, and that corresponds to the colors on these cards here. So yellow, orange, green, and red. And finally, you will notice that they have a little yellow marker here. That means that as in a 1-player game, each time there's a yellow triangle, I will spawn 2, and each time there's a white, I would spawn 1. So in order to spawn, I would take 2 Gene Stealers out of the deck on the left, because that's where the orange is, and then 2 Gene Stealers out of the deck on the right, because that's where the green is. And these 2 little piles down here, where I would draw from, are called blip piles. In each room, you have a set of blip piles, and the number in the blip pile depends on how much there is in these 2 circles. When you move into a room, you get that many in each blip pile. And blip kind of makes sense. There's a blip on my radar. So there are 6 blips in each side here. The idea of this game is that this formation, that's what it's called, the line here is the formation, this formation of Space Marines is trying to get from the void lock here to this final card, which is labeled 4, and these are drawn randomly from a series of cards 2, 3, and 4. There's also 1A, 1B, and 1C. It depends on how many players you have. So the experience is different each time. But the idea is, each time one of these blip piles is empty, at the end of that phase, you put a new room card down, and you move into that next room, and then change things accordingly based on the layout of the room. Once you get to the 4th one, when you defeat all of the Gene Stealers, or do what it says in that room, you win the game. That's how the game works. Now, each round consists of a few actions. First, each combat team chooses to perform 1 action. And under normal circumstances, if you're playing with multiple players, you each have your cards. You can choose your cards, and you can talk to each other about them. You just can't show each other your cards. When you've played a card and done the event and the end of the turn, you cannot play that same card another turn, so you just leave it down in front of you and choose between the 2 remaining cards in your hand. After you've played one of those 2 remaining cards, you take the other card that you used to play back into your hand. What I do in a 1-player game is just mark them with a token to know, okay, I did that last turn, I can't do that again this turn. But once you've chosen to do something, either attack, move and activate, or support, you will then, in the order from lowest to highest, do those things. So you'll notice these have numbers here like 4, and these go 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, all the way up to like 18 or something. And in order from lowest to highest, you perform those actions. If you support, you get to grab a support token and put it on any one of your Space Marines if you feel like, you know, whichever one you want. It doesn't have to be one you own even. Or control, I guess. And these support tokens are used to help re-roll if you roll badly. If you move and activate, you can switch positions with an adjacent Marine and switch directions, and then potentially activate something like this door can be activated to place a support token on it. And then finally there's attack, and attack is exactly what it sounds like. You attack. Let's assume that there's a Gene Stealer right here, and that Gray has chosen to attack this turn. Gray, I would roll the die, and if I roll something that has a skull on it, and there are 3 sides, 1, 2, and 3, then 1 Gene Stealer goes bye-bye. After these have been resolved and attacks have been resolved, it is then time for Gene Stealers to attack. So let's say we're back in the same position. I didn't kill a Gene Stealer, there are 2 Gene Stealers here. Brother Scipio here has to defend. You roll the die, and if you roll the number of Gene Stealers or less, so a number equal to the number of Gene Stealers or fewer than that, I guess less than that, your Marine dies. So here, if I roll a 2, a 1, or a 0, that's a 50% chance on this die, this Space Marine goes bye-bye. That means if you have 5 Gene Stealers there, you have lost that Marine when the attack time comes, because there's no way to roll less than a 5. Unless your card, you know, supporting or whatever, happens to have some special defending rule that helps you. After attacks have taken place and Marines have died, and however that's happened, because they're all going to. This is a hard game. I've only won it once. You draw the next event card and do what it says. Here I would spawn 1 on yellow, 1 on orange. I'd place 2 Gene Stealer cards into each blip pile, so making there be more Gene Stealers I have to deal with. And then here, any swarm, and that means 1 or more Gene Stealers in a group that has this symbol, switches sides. So these 2 who are right here, because they have that same symbol, would now go over here. And now my Marine is no longer engaged with them and cannot attack them, because his arrow, as you can see, the arrow is pointing that direction. Therefore he can be attacked but cannot attack them. Luckily, this guy has a range 2 attack, this guy has a range 3 attack, which means they can attack, he can attack 2 in either direction from where he is, so 1, 2, and 1, 2. He can attack 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, but of course there is nothing down here. So the whole idea is to move your guys around, face the Gene Stealers, kill the Gene Stealers, get to the end, and do whatever it says, or kill all the Gene Stealers. That is the game. But don't be fooled, even though it seems simple at first, you will soon be overwhelmed, they will swarm, and you will die. So, let's go ahead and play the game, and see how quickly I die. Here I've got the rule book. Hopefully I won't need it. I shouldn't screw up anything. I have played this quite a few times and died nearly every time. Let's see how it goes. So in order to start, I need to pull the first event card, but on this first card you do not actually do the event that it says on it. You just spawn. So here I need to spawn 1 in red, which is over here, and I need to spawn 1 in orange, which is over here, and I don't follow the little movement, so I'm good there. That is now discarded. And now I need to pick cards. Well, let's see. First off, I've got Brother Zael here. Brother Zael, let me introduce you to my Marines. Hoorah! Here we have Lexiconium Calistarius, Brother Omnio, Brother Scipio, Brother Valencio, Brother Leon, and Brother Zael. They all have different attacks. He can attack range 2, so down to here, 2, which means down to here, 2, which means down to here, 2, which means down to there, 3, I guess up, or if you want to go up or down, either way, 3. The only one that's 1 here is Brother Zael, which means he can attack anything that comes in the corridor, but anything that comes in the ventilation duct or higher, he will not be able to attack. So, and Brother Leon has range attack 3, so I'm going to want to switch these 2 as soon as possible. That's just kind of how it goes. So I'm going to take these 3 support tokens and stick them over here so that I can use them to mark my cards. And let's see. What do these guys do? Okay, so yeah, I am going to move and activate just to get him there. And let's see. If those guys are moving and activating, he's not going to be able to attack. And as much as I'd like to move and activate so they could activate that door and put a support token on it, if I have purple activating and gray activating, moving and activating, then no one's attacking this one, and that's a potential death. So you want to attack when you can. Yeah, I'm just going to attack, take care of that. And then these guys are going to attack. And hopefully nothing too drastic is going to happen. So now that I've chosen these 3 cards, I resolve them in ascending order. So we start with 10, which is move and activate. I'm going to move him here. So Brother Zael can now attack Ventilation Duct or Corridor. And after resolving this card's action, you may look at the top card of the event deck, then place it on the top or bottom. And so each of these cards, even though they do the same basic action, add a lot of variety into the game because each team really is special in how they interact with the game. So I'm looking at this. This says, choose a Space Marine. Each time he rolls a 0, which is normally very bad while defending, next round the attack misses. I probably won't run into this again if I don't use it now. And since I have 2 yellow, meaning 2 each, getting put into yellow and red, in case this doesn't die, that will actually be very helpful for Brother Valencio. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that on top. Let's see. Next, we have 15, Psionic Attack. Each time Lexiconum Calisterius rolls a skull while attacking, he may immediately make 1 additional attack. That's really cool, because normally you can only roll once. So starting with Lexicarium Calisterius, I'm going to attack this guy right here. That's a skull. He dead. So you go up here. Unfortunately, there is no one else there. So this attack now is... it's not worth anything. That is what it is. And finally, we have full auto. In full auto attack for the red here, Brother Leon may attack up to 3 times instead of just once. That's pretty cool. Brother Leon's down here though, and I'm going to start with Brother Valencio. So, attacks, and it's dead. There we go. That is the end of what I am going to do. So I pull the next event card, and Instinct. Choose a Space Marine. Each time he rolls a 0, the next attack misses. I am going to go with Brother Calisterius. The reason being that if Brother Valencio dies, while I wouldn't be happy about it, he has no real special ability. Calisterius' ability to keep attacking, though, every time he rolls is really nice, so I don't want him to die right now. So first, we bring in 2 on yellow, 1, 2, and we bring in 2 on red. 1, 2. And then, this says anything with that creepy tongue-looking thing moves according to movement rules. And if they're on the right side, these Marines have a little up on the right side and a little down in the left corner. And if they're on the left, they move down. If they're on the right, they move up. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, there is nothing with a mean tongue-looking thing sticking out. Therefore, nobody moves. Under normal circumstances, any event card with Instinct means that you look at it and don't tell anyone else what's going on, and you just choose it. You, as the person in control, choose that. Okay, let's see. So I've done that, and now it's time to choose. Well, since gray can't attack, I'm obviously going to move purple onto attacking here. And when Brother Zael attacks, ignore all skulls rolled, slay the number of Gene Stealers in the swarm equal to the number rolled. That's pretty cool, because if you happen to roll high that turn, you can wipe out a bunch of Gene Stealers. Gray here, I can move and activate, so I could activate this if I wanted to. Or I could support... Nah, I don't need to support this turn. I will say, support tokens are very nice later in the game, but right now, I think this will be nice. I'm going to move and activate. And then these guys, I'm going to support, because The move and activate, I don't really need them to move, and at the end of the event phase, each of your Space Marines will spend 1 support token to make an attack, so that would be nice to use later. And the moving and activating is really only useful with the door right now for these guys. And so now in order, let's see, 4, 8, and 14. Nice, right up the bingo right here. Support, who do I want to support? Probably Calistarius, just in case at the moment. But I'm going to activate this door, put a token on there. And then finally, you may, after resolving this card's action, you may discard 1 card from either blip pile. Well, they both have the same number at the moment, so I'm just going to discard 1 from here. You may then spend 1 support token to discard 1 card from the other blip pile. No, they're not big enough to warrant that at the moment. And then finally we have, let's see, attack. So purple's attacking. First we have Omnio. Let's see how this goes. Crap. Okay. So I didn't get rid of any Gene Stealers here. And now Brother Xyle attacks here. Let's roll high. 2. Okay. Sweet deal. And this is why that is kind of nice. Brother Xyle attacks for 2, and 2 of them die. So they are gone. Now, however, it's the Gene Stealer's turn to attack Lexicarium, and let's just hope he doesn't die. Okay, he would, but I'm going to spend a support token and re-roll. See, this is, if you are someone who just always rolls hot dice, then this will be a great game for you. But if you're a person who consistently finds themselves being completely screwed around by the dice, you're going to hate yourself. 5. Thank you. Okay, sweet. So now event time. Change every Space Marines facing. Oh, that sucks. Okay, and here is really the problem. Because these guys are now facing in the opposite directions, things are going to be spawning behind them, and even if I move and activate them so that I can face them back the other way this turn, they won't be able to attack. So I'm essentially just going to be defending this turn, doing no attacks. And then anything with the head or whatever it is moves, but there's nothing there. So we're good, and we spawn 1 into red and 1 into yellow. So here's the 1 in yellow, and here's the 1 in red. Okay. Now let's choose. Okay, he can technically attack here. He cannot attack there, though. And gray can't turn around right now. So gray... this is really not good. Yeah, gray's got to go support. Purple's got to go move and activate. And red's going to go move and activate. Okay, and in, let's see, 6, 7, 10. Here we go. Support. Right freaking there, because I don't have time for this. You may choose any swarm. Gene Stealers in the chosen swarm may not attack or be slain this round. I'm going to go with these guys. They can't attack me, I can't attack them. Fair's fair. We're calling it truce right now. Move and activate for red, turning them right back around. And each time one of your Space Marines activates a door, that's not pertinent. And then finally, we have 10, which is move and activate, and once again, flipping and flipping. It would have been really unfortunate if I'd done a bunch of moving and activating last turn, because I would not have been happy. After resolving this card, look at the top card of the event deck. Okay. Choose a Space Marine and roll a die. If you roll a skull, slate 2 Gene Stealers engaged with him of your choice. And they're spawning it orange and green. Yeah, this is actually great. It would have been slightly better if these guys had been able to move, because I could have gotten rid of 2, but we'll deal with it. And we don't attack, and now the Gene Stealers attack. So but they don't attack because of my special ability. I stopped them from attacking. He, however, this one does attack. So let's see. 5, I'm good. Ooh, I'm rolling good. And finally, here we are. Roll a Space Marine, or choose a Space Marine, roll a die. I'm going to choose this Space Marine since he's the only one who's engaged currently. Roll a skull. Didn't roll a skull, so that Gene Stealer is still there. And now I spawn 2 on orange, and I only have 1. So this deck is now out. We'll see how this works in a second. And I spawned 2 from over here. I really wish there had been 1. That would have been a little nicer, but whatever. And anything with the crazy tongue moves up or down. There is nothing with the tongue symbol. So that goes bye-bye. And now you will notice it is the end of the phase. It's the end of the event phase or whatever. And I have nothing in a blip pile. In fact, I have nothing in 2 blip piles. So now it is time to move rooms, to travel. And it says, place 1 support token on this card. When traveling, the current player, and the current player is the player who chose the lowest numbered action. The traveling current player may first slay 1 Gene Stealer in the formation for each token on this card. Well, here we are. I got to activate once, I'm taking it off, and I'm getting rid of a Gene Stealer. Because I don't like him. And now, we change into, oh, the Dark Catacombs. So, let's set this up first. The Dark Corridor now goes first from the top. And you can see where you put various things is shown right here. This is first from the top. This is third from the top, 5th from the bottom, 4th from the bottom, that kind of thing. And then 6 guys, 6 Gene Stealers in each blip pile. You just make sure not to cover up the 2 numbers down here so you remember how much to put in. So, let's see, dark corner's there, the door is there, the ventilation duct is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, oh good, and the corridor is here. So really, no matter which way Brother Scipio's facing, he's getting backstabbed. That's good. But these guys do not move, so they just kind of move in here now. And let's see. Upon entering, the current player must choose a Space Marine with 0 support tokens available. Spawn 1 Gene Stealer behind a chosen Space Marine. I'm going to choose Brother Omnio, unfortunately. Yeah, because at least if I attack with these guys, he'll be able to attack them. So, first we have to put 6 in each blip pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, since I am spawning behind Brother Omnio, there we are. And now it's my turn to pick things again, because we did the event phase just before that. Let's see. Purple needs to attack. Yes. Gray needs to attack. Yes. And red needs to attack. Yes. Okay, there's going to be a lot of attacking this round, in the order of 14, 15, 17. So purple, when Brother Xyle attacks, ignore all things rolled, that's fine, but I'm not doing that. First, Omnio is attacking, he's obviously attacking here. And that didn't do anything. Well, that sucks. Xyle, however, attacks. Please roll another 5. 2. Okay, not so lucky, but get rid of 2 Gene Stealers here. That's something. Next, we have Gray. Gray attacks, and each time he attacks with a skull attack again. Unfortunately, if he attacks us and it dies, that's all he can reach to, but we'll give it a shot. 5, okay, doesn't get anything. Scipio, rolling the same way. 3, okay, good, we got a skull. He's dead. And then finally, Brother Leon may attack up to 3 times. So we have Valencio and Leon attacking here. That's a 5. That was a 5. So I didn't get it. And Leon gets a 3. So I'm actually doing remarkably well so far. My rolls have not been really, really bad. However, it is the Gene Stealer's turns to attack. And this side is not looking good. I need to get these guys faced the other way. And to be honest, these guys are just in a heap of trouble. Maybe they shouldn't face the other way. Maybe I need to turn these guys the other way. Yeah. I should probably... Yeah. This is bad. Okay, so let's roll first to these guys. Okay, using that support token again. Please don't be dead. 5, awesome. Next. 2, awesome. Still there. Now we pull the event. When a player resolves an attack action card next round, he may only attack with 1 Space Marine instead of both. Haha, sucker! None of my guys can attack next round. So, okay, so let's spawn at yellow, which is here and sucks. And let's spawn at red, which is here. And then anything with the head, there is nothing with the head, so it doesn't move. There has been a lot of non-movement this, and I will be honest, by this time people would normally have been all over the place, but the aliens aren't moving, the Gene Stealers aren't moving much, which is, I'll be honest, very nice. So what I want to do is I want to get these guys moving and activating the door. Gene Stealers attack, and a better hold. Come on. First casualty. Okay, so here's what happens when they die. Brother Scipio goes bye-bye. He's now sitting over here. If I lose my second Gray Marine, I lose all of my Marine's abilities, obviously. And now these move up. This moves into the second position, and then these guys move along with them. And now, this is at 1, this is at 3, this is at 4 and 5. So now, where they are in relation to the train has obviously changed. But the Gene Stealers stay where they were. So that was 1. Now we gotta see if Brother Leon dies. No, luckily I rolled a 2 and not a 1. Okay, it's event deck time. Well, the good thing is, as long as I pull 1 over here, we're moving to a new room. Change, oh, son of a, change every Space Marine's facing. Okay, so Brother Silence facing this way again. Leon, Valencio, Omnio, and Calistarius. Well, at least he's facing the way he needs to go. And of course none of them can attack this round, so that is actually unfortunate. Then we pull 1 at red, and 1 at yellow. And then anything with the head, nope, there are no guys with the head, so nobody moves. And once again, we've run out of blips here in the left side, so we get rid of the rest of these. Which, believe me, I'm very happy about. And since we are traveling, I can get rid of the 4 support tokens on here to slay 1 Gene Stealer in the formation for each token on this card. Yeah, and I'm getting rid of this one, this one, this one, and this one. That was ridiculously nice. And let's see, we move on to number 3. So this is what I'm talking about. They both attack next time, which means they can't attack this time. And the unfortunate thing about that is there are 5 Gene Stealers here. Which means he's going to die. Because you cannot roll a 5. Except I have one trick up my sleeve. We'll get to that. Okay, let's move on to the last room. 6 and 5 are the numbers that go in the blip pile. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. This goes here. And let's see. The corridor goes first from the top. Oh wait. Oh, when traveling, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Gene Stealers here. 6. Ho, I forgot about that. 6 tokens on the door. 6 tokens on the door. I get rid of the 6 tokens on the door. And I get rid of 6 Gene Stealers. That is why that activation is so nice. Oh. Okay. So that goes there. The ventilation duct goes there. And we've got this stupid spore chimney here again. And finally the corridor there. So this time we're missing the door. So no more doors. So move all swarms to the red terrain on their side of the formation. They're already there. Then spawn one Then spawn one Broodlord on each red terrain card. If both Broodlords are slain, Space Marines win. Oh, this could have been so nice if I was not attacking last round. Okay, so this is what this means. I don't have to kill all these things in the blip piles. I only have to attack and kill these 2 Broodlords. Unfortunately for me, really unfortunately for me, these Broodlords, what they do is they each subtract 1 off whatever you rolled. So if I were rolling for these guys and I rolled a 4, it would become a 3, which here is fine. But that means I have a 50% chance of dying because all my 3s become 2s, which means 2, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Oh no, now I have a 66% chance of dying on this side, and a 50% chance of dying on that side. Which means I have to do 2 supports. Support, and support. Those are my chosen actions because I have no choice. Okay, so yeah, good. Okay, I've chosen 2 supports, and we do them in order. First, support for Brother Omnio is going right here and moving there. Then, support for Lexicon Card Enigma is going there. No, you know what? Brother Omnio is going there. They're both going there. Because I can choose a swarm that cannot attack or be slain this round, and that's those guys. So, these guys are the only ones that can attack, and they're going to have to attack me 3 times in order to kill me. 1, okay. 0, oh god, please no. 3, oh yes, okay. Okay, please say that someone can't attack. Move all swarms so that they are behind their engaged Space Marine. Well, you'd think that would make a difference, but guess what? It doesn't, because my guys are each facing one way. I put 1 on red, which means, oh wait, sorry, 1 from here. And 1 from here. And then 1 on orange, which means one goes there. And there's no moving on this one, which is nice. I do have to check one thing though. I've not had the Broodlords before, so I need to see if I can choose to kill them or not. Then one of the Gene Stealer cards of his choice. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay, it's attack time. We're doing this in order. 14, Brother Zael. No, just Brother Omnio. Come on, Omnio. Get it. 2, yes, Broodlord. Slain. Okay, Calistarius. Come on, please, please. I win. I win. Oh, I win. Huh. Sweet deal. Well, that was tense. Yeah. Okay. And I'll explain why that was tense when we move on to the review. But if you couldn't tell. But yeah. Anyway, so that was a game of Death Angel. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I said I won, that I killed those Brood Lords and just went, hoorah, and then walked out. Unfortunately, there was a problem. If I had an emoticon head right now, it would be a big, freaking sad face. Like this. That's the biggest. I don't have a large mouth, so, you know, I'm no, like, Steven Tyler. This isn't a Fu Manchu, by the way. It's sad face. That was the symbol I was making. The reason I didn't win is I took a look at the rules. Like I said, I hadn't run into the Brood Lords before. Part of replayability of this game. And unfortunately, Brood Lords have to be the last gene stealer in a swarm that you take care of. Now, each of those Brood Lords, if I recall correctly, was not on their own, which means I would have had to kill another gene stealer, and then I would have pulled another event deck, even if the Calistarius or whatever, even if he had attacked multiple times and gotten rid of one gene stealer, that other one would have been there. Neither of them would have been able to attack the next turn. I would have brought out more broods. The likelihood of them getting killed, even if I've supported both of them again, would be high. The likelihood is I lost that game. So, a little depressing, but oh well. I will see you at the review and analysis in a day or two.